Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Touch and Tips. I'm your host, Mr. Les J. Zamalek III. And today, can you see that? I don't think you can. Let's just twirl this glass around. Craft and Growler, a bar I worked at and made the least money I've ever made bartending. Is what it is. But it was necessary. I had injured my elbow shaking cocktails. That's a true story. And I worked at a beer bar for a couple of years at a dramatically lower price than what I would make doing anything else to heal my elbow. And then we moved to New Orleans. I am drinking some type of scotch that my wife bought me that I've already forgotten the name of, and I don't know what I did with the bottle. And coffee and a little Aztec bitters, chocolate bitters. Oh yeah, it's the Azteciest. They're pretty good stuff. Bitters, my friends, can fix, not that this needs to be fixed, this is actually just an accent to it, it's really good. The scotch and the coffee, it's a one of those condensed coffees you squeeze, cold brew, but it's condensed, and then I filled it up with water. But bitters can turn, like if you have bitters at your house and say you have a drink that you're drinking that you don't like, shake some bitters on there and give it another sip. Bitters can fix basically almost any drink. Especially if you know what you're doing and you know what bitters would accent or go well with whatever spirit you're using. So there's a bitters lesson. Cheers to that. You're welcome, guys. Yeah, when I first moved to New Orleans, I had not bartended like cocktail-wise in almost 2 years. I think it was 2 years. I think it was 2 years. It could have been maybe a little less, a little more. Somewhere around that time. And I got a job at the only place that would hire me at the time because I was from out of town, and it was pre-COVID. COVID changed a lot of things. You couldn't get a job in this town as just being a bartender. They're like, oh no, you gotta wait tables or you gotta bar back. And I wasn't going to do any of that bullshit because I bartended for fucking 20 years at that point. Not doing it. So I took a job at a restaurant that allowed me to do that. And it was Landry's. And Landry's is a chain, mainly on coastal states. It's based out of Texas, which is, a coastal state. Even though some of it is like hundreds of miles away from the sea. But yeah, the pirate hat. This is an old pirate hat. I've had this for at least a decade. It's seen many of days of wearing. Anyway, my point being, got hired at Landry's, and I had not made cocktails in a minute. And then this is like almost 5 years ago, is the most labor-intensive cocktail menu I've ever had the displeasure of being associated with. I kept trying to quit, and the managers, 3 different managers, possibly even 4, somehow talked me out of quitting. I don't know what magic I'm like, I don't think this job's for me, guys. And it was because every single one of their goddamn drinks had 7 steps. At least! That's too many steps. You make 3 fucking drinks and you're fucking in the weeds and it's been 15 minutes. It's outrageous. But anywho, that's what I did. And then COVID happened. And then they cut their drink menu and got rid of all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, you fuckers knew, right? You knew. All of a sudden those drinks are gone. And then when the restrictions let up, I went to a bar. Now I'm back bartending at a restaurant, and I don't like serving food. It's just me. Food equals problems. You can always fix problems with alcohol. People are real fucking picky about their goddamn food. You ruined everything! No, we really haven't. I just pushed some buttons and food came out, Anyway, cheers. I guess that's that. I've rambled enough, I think. Enjoy this. What did we learn? Something about bitters. Craft and Growler. It's, I worked there. Worked at Landry's. I usually don't mention places I've worked, so relish in that. Let it bathe over you. Oh, he's worked at Landry's and Craft and Growler. I know so much about him now.